Tuesday, October 4th. It's a moment in time that we'll always remember because it's the debut of Anya. Mm-hmm. Not Taylor Joy, but here I go. Kanevskaya.
That was beautiful, Geoff. Thank you.
I've never said your last name out loud or typed it.
There's no reason to.
Did I nail it?
Yeah, you did really good. That's what you do and how much you do it.
And I appreciate it.
Do you ever drive when you're driving your car? Do you ever? Marika doesn't drive in the car.
Yeah, but Geoffrey does.
Geoff, do you ever just listen to static for like a
radio static? Yeah. Listen, not everybody can be radio free Anya. You're obsessed with radio, man. I mean, she's like driving hither and thither, parkour A to B, as complicated as possible throughout the streets of mind you. And it's just static this, static that. Is it AM or FM? Or you're trying to say both?
You're trying to dox me from my last apartment. So I don't live there anymore.
Right?
Totally.
What do you mean totally? Because it's not like
that's kind of like
all consuming, like it ruins your day that you do this show.
No.
I actually don't appreciate it when you guys come at me almost immediately, right?
It was just
during
like an affirmation.
The theme song,
you said
you're saying shit like totally. Like this whole thing is all encompassing. This is a subtle show. This is smart humor. This is topical and evergreen. Hard to do both. And we come together to create joy for others every single week, by the way. And I don't think we've ever missed.
I think when none of the content makes sense, it's easy to be both topical and evergreen in a way.
But
let's get
literally
California
all
to be
49
an
states.
Island,
What's the alternative?
Well, the GDP of California is like the 7th highest in the world.
But even California is trending red, so there's nowhere to like hide from that ideology.
Nobody's really talking about
it's sort
that,
of everywhere.
George Gascon, one of the most
if you look at a
progressive
map,
and
it looks like
successful DAs
almost
in
like
Los Angeles County
of California
history got replaced by a Republican in sheep's clothing.
Their president.
The sheep's clothing being one of those California conservatives
are still trending
who are also
towards
California
there.
kind.
Yes.
Hey, Zero. The price is on.
How many green snacks are you holding? We got the smoothie, we got the LaCroix, we got the pistachio, the green chair.
Can I say something?
Into the mic.
I thought you guys would be waiting for me. Like, I'm not that late.
I wanted to wait, and Jeff had a hard out.
Not true at all.
Actually, no,
not
it's
true
not
at
true at all.
I have the whole day.
Amir kept saying, "Can we just start?"
Can we just start?
He said, how many segments do you have? I said, vaguely 2 or 3. And he was like, why don't we just start with the latter 3 and we'll work our way back to the one that Anya needs to
So how
be
many
here
have you
for.
done? 0.
We've
just been talking.
We've been waxing,
We've
which
done
is its own
Casey's
thing.
lollies.
Was that the first edit of that song or the
what's that?
second? Was that the first edit of that song or the second?
Amir,
What?
help me out.
I don't know the
I don't
answer.
understand the question.
The original version of that song.
Sure. Oh, not the remix?
Oh, I understand the question.
And?
I just think it's cool that I decided
Holy shit.
this season I was going to get into the Mets. Forgot to watch all the games. Didn't watch any of the playoffs. And now here we are. But I called it. I was like, this
I
would
don't
have been...
mean just
you
on
are
the Zoom.
frozen.
You are frozen, and I don't mean just on the Zoom.
But
You're
we could
frozen
hear
with
you.
a lot of projects
How about
that you
now?
wanted to get done on the side that you
You're
paralyzed
back.
yourself at with self-doubt and lack of energy towards.
This would have been the season for me to get into it, and I kind of forgot. But I was going to, and this would have, and I chose the Mets, and I was going to get into it, and then I didn't. Geoff fucked up the video again.
Last week. That's when it said Anya forgot to record the video.
It did, but I wasn't even in the room.
So it was,
and in
that
fact,
was
when I
his
came
sort
in,
of cheeky,
it
sort
was
of
cute.
snide aside to you.
When I came in, I said, Geoff, are you recording video?
Yeah, which we have on audio.
We do.
Yeah, and so we have the moment of realization.
Yeah, you can't see his face and the shame, but it happened off camera, and then we were on camera shortly after.
Correct.
And so after that, we thought maybe we take Geoff off video as a punishment. We have our lovely new engineer, Sam. Maybe we teach Sam how to do it. Geoff learns his lesson, maybe watches a pro in action. Even like someone we're just onboarding is kind of better than someone who's been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
You're talking about live video engineering or like editing the video after the fact?
Engineering.
Okay.
Sam was going to be the
while
engineer.
we're recording, we need somebody other than Geoff.
To just press the record button, really. And I kind of told Geoff we were doing this, and obviously was like, it's all in good fun. It's all good. But like, how do you feel about this? And he was like, that sounds great. Let's do it.
Okay.
And then a couple days later, he was like, I have COVID.
Oh, interesting. You think that's related?
And so now he's not here. And we need an episode this week because we don't have enough banked.
I see.
Which is something I push for a lot.
Very nice.
And we're always kind of not happening. It's not happening for us.
It's 900 at my house.
I don't get it.
That's it? Only one?
That's what do you mean? That's the one. That's the one we're banking on.
I would
There you
also
go.
say
There's
that
the
I
other
don't
50.
get it. Is this an inside joke to an episode that hasn't aired yet?
Is this an inside joke that we're going to back our way into today?
Oh, shit.
I see.
My other car is a massage.
I wonder
Actually.
if you can punch in about 8-point font, it says listen to the Headgum Podcast.
That's absolutely correct. That way, because this is a parking lot sticker. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's going to see this on the road.
No
People
one's
gonna
going to see this in a parking lot.
Really?
I can barely see it right here.
No, because the issue is people goes to Vegas all the time.
He
She
just
comes back,
has
she looks
B12.
fine.
This is just a B12 kind of infusion.
You think this is a vitamin fix? You think he just needs to have vitamins put into his veins?
And then
That's what he
unrelated,
told us
has, like,
when he
an
came in.
ear Van
He
Gogh
ambled
situation.
in. He tripped and fell on the door jamb of the front door.
Well, that happens all the time.
No, it doesn't.
That happens every time Johnny's here,
Yeah. I have had that problem consistently.
but only at the studio.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Italy. I worked as a photo producer, and we had to shoot the biggest ship they'd ever made, the Carnival.
I really
And I kept being
don't
like, while I was
think-
on it, I was
yeah.
like, I've heard this before.
So that's what
bragged
La
about
Dolce
making the
Vita
big-
means to you? Is shooting a ship?
Well, and then
That
I got
sounds a
off,
little
and I
more
was like, I guess I'll
Norwegian.
stay in Italy for a week, and I went to there.
Don't let your voice get like shaky when I say shit, because I feel like it positions me as some kind of monster.
I just.
Marie-
Mhm.
Go ahead.
I just feel like I've been on a lot recently by accident, and I realized that, and and it's kind of like wearing me down.
And on the record,
I have something to say.
it wasn't while
I
we
have something to
started the
say.
show. Okay.
Someone in my life recently said, "You're doing a lot more pun-based jokes. What's going on?" And I realized it was from spending too much time with you people.
Too much time, or saw a lot of joy.
Too much rosemary, or
They were like, "What's happening?" And I was like, "My humor is getting
Have
worse."
you ever
How last episode I was talking about how I'm doing a lot of more pun-based humor
because of the
because
show?
of this show has been rubbing off on me, which
Yeah.
is not good, and people around me are not happy.
Okay.
We're not doing any like Johnny Hospital Johnny bit. Like there's a bit there, but no one's kind of done anything with that yet.
Johnny Hospital Johnny? What do you mean?
Hospital Johnny. That's what this
Okay.
is.
Okay.
I've never heard that term.
Is that a thing?
Am I wrong?
I've never heard
No,
of that.
you could be right. I've just never heard.
Is Hospital Johnny like
as a term
Jiminy
for, like,
Crickets or something like that? Like
like
just kind of
Johnny.
like a Johnny Doe?
Yeah, I know of
Hospital
Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, it's. How am I the only person that knows this? And I'm
What
not even
is it?
born here.
I don't know. Is it
English
like
is
a-
my second language, and ASL is
not-
my
Is it
third.
like
a
It is.
Massachusetts
You
thing?
grew up, you spoke Russian before you spoke English?
Yes, 100%.
You didn't
Say
know
something
this?
in Russian.
No,
Why?
because you're going to make fun of it in some way.
Yeah.
Hospital Johnny.
Yeah, I believe.
Okay, what
that
is it though?
We
Yeah.
just have never
It's
heard it.
this.
What do you mean?
This
got it
gown,
now.
the gown
He
is a
does
The gown
Johnny.
is called a Johnny?
Yes.
A Johnny is also a
you
condom.
and I thought
in-
maybe that was the joke you were setting up this whole time.
No, I'm so sick. I'm so ill.
Was this gun 3D printed?
sure.
Yeah, I'm going to say yes.
It was. Was this gun 3D printed?
Yes.
No.
It was not. Anya's really good at this game. Was this
What are
gun?
you looking for?
That's the pattern. It's Jeff's brain.
And if
is what
it's
you're looking for.
no, if it's 3D printed, like you won't see the metal won't look like metal.
Oh, I'm just looking for Austria.
Okay.
0% chance he makes it to 82.
Or Anya
He's only
somehow gets
70
that invite to the White House, and you bring an onion zero or whatever the fuck.
Anya
That has a little
Kanevskaya.
too much of that
Arsenic.
shit in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sauce.
I think out of everyone here, you're most likely to get invited to Trump's White House.
Because of the Russian thing?
The Russian
yeah,
thing. Yeah,
he loves you.
I don't think so because Jewish.
Anya, Italy was the birthplace of what Middle Ages art movement?
The Renaissance.
Correct. What famous Florentine family was the most important patron of art?
Medici's.
Correct. Easy with this, though. What does the statue of David represent?
Like free will.
The statue embodies the city of Florence, symbolizing independence and strength in the perfect image of youthful beauty.
That's what I said earlier.
Yeah, but we weren't playing a game. That was subjective. Okay. It was
but
just
you
a conversation.
Him.
Correct? Yeah, that was conversational correcting.
Trade routes had
to what continent? South America or Asia?
Now that I think about it.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it.
I actually can't stop thinking of my buddy Morgan dressing like my ass.
I don't know what Anya... Fair Oaks Women's
No. that was Casey looking at stuff on my phone.
Yeah.
That was that app result you were asking for.
I wanted to look it up to be really sure.
But now that I've thought about it, it's definitely to Asia.
Correct! That's absolutely right. And that was only because Anya built you up.
God, he was fucking way off.
Can you believe that my doctor sent me a message about that?
Unbelievable.
There's no way.
Yeah, it's weird that your doctor was talking about that question.
Yeah. I guess he's also an 8th grade or something.
Yeah, my 8th grade doctor.
Your doctor's 14.
By Anya Kanevskaya.
My 8th grade doctor.
It's like a misguided attempt at a children's book to be like, you can be whatever you want, but it just leads to kids practicing medicine on each other.
My 8th grade OBGYN. Such a bummer.
So
it's
you
like
obviously know why we called you it.
Abnormal.
Every pap is abnormal when you're
yuck.
13 and oily.
Oh, God.
I have an understanding of the history and the current roster. All right? I have never felt this much joy towards... Sorry. Even chuckles are interrupting. I have never felt this much joy towards a team since the 2016 Cavs.
It's just hard because sometimes there's so many things about you to like, and you're like, and we love working with you. And other times you make it just like impossible for me to do my job.
Yeah.
You kind of like, the show could be doing so well, but it's like always kind of
I'm clipping things out. I'm doing viral marketing. I'm doing guerrilla research.
I do think if more people read All About Love by Bell Hooks, it'd probably help.
Okay.
Don't tell the listeners of this show about that book.
They probably need it. It might help. Here's the thing. I had an audition to play a guru in a Beats One commercial last Friday, and they were like, improvise like something a guru would say. Well,
are you being typecast as a guru? Because that's also your character in the Sydney Sweeney commercial.
That's what I'm saying.
I like when I get auditions for that because I know that there's only there's not that many people with long hair.
Yeah.
So the chances.
What does that mean?
What do you mean? What does that mean?
There's not that many people with long hair?
That many people who look like gurus. Men who look with long hair, let's say.
Russell Brand.
He's canceled.
And that's also just one person.
And you're benefiting from it.
Exactly right.
Thank God.
The thing being...
You're the new Russell Brand.
It's like I can't even...
It's on brand.
Like seething with jealousy. He's just looking up and going, that should be me up there, but I'm only good enough to be the roadie.
No, he's rosy-cheeked and happy to get John a fucking sandwich.
You can't say no. You're asking our opinion.
Holy shit. I've never been spoken to like that before in my fucking life. Let me get my shoes. Because Trump got shot in the ear.
Oh, that was
that's what he said? That's what he said?
Yeah.
That was the best Trump that you could do?
Oh, that's not me really going for it, but that's what he said.
Let me get my shoes. My beautiful shoes.
That's not how he said it.
That took no effort at all.
Let me get my shoes.
No, that doesn't sound... That sounds more like it. That doesn't sound anything
I am not a shoe.
Ow. Oh, fuck.
Right before I hopped in the Zoom, I put 5 Tic Tacs in my mouth, and I can't chew them, or it's going to be really loud in my microphone. So I'm just kind of like squirreling away Tic Tacs until they dissolve.
Or orange or green.
Winter green.
I have to say, in my anticipation of how this would go, I didn't think Marika would be this chaotic.
This is different.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I went to Party City a couple weeks ago, and I got 2 Halloween costumes.
Sure.
In 2 different sizes, like 1 Halloween costume, 2 sizes, because I wanted to try them on. I didn't like either of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I
but I forgot to return them.
Of course.
And after a certain day, you can only get store credit. And I was like, what am I going to do with $90 in store credit to Party City? So I messaged Marty and Cohen and I said, do we need any Halloween decorations from Party City? And they said, yes. That's awesome. That's so nice that you went out of your way to kind of like volunteer to go shopping for decorations for us.
100%.
And so I was like, that's no problem. Do we have a budget? I got a budget. It was above $90.
Of course.
I went, I got the decorations. I used my merchandise credit and I'm going to get expense back for that.
You're fired.
So that was awesome for me.
Did you say the thing?
What is she talking about? Am I crazy to think that she's like
Don't
alienating me?
Alienating me?
Well, me.
So for me, this week is really good company-wise and personally.
Yeah.
My position in the company.
Okay. Well, that was probably, of the two, maybe the better company report.
Okay.
That's not nice.
It's not unkind.
No, it is unkind. That's exactly what it is.
Really. The opposite ends of frame. Like I almost have to go back to the foreshot, and that's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Are you for sure recording?
Uh,
On both?
yes.
Do you not believe him?
Is this the
No.
first time you brought up the election?
We haven't recorded since the election. So
Are you
yeah.
recording now?
Yeah.
My microphone also?
Mm-hmm.
That's huge.
My microphone also.
Are you recording video? It doesn't look like you are.
Holy shit.
Oh my God. Yeah.
There's not even a hard drive plugged in there.
It's been a long time since I've been in the LA studio.
It's actually, you were right, but it's really offensive for you to ask if Geoff was recording video.
Yeah,
I'm willing to
Like,
take
it
that risk.
ultimately did need to give him that, but like, it shouldn't have happened.
I asked him about the cameras because look at what's happening over here. It's insane.
Why is that pointing this way?
It's what I was saying, and he said, I have everything under control. This is how I
He was
want
also
it.
producing a lot, like changing camera angles.
I
He
saw
was
him doing it.
pressing so many buttons.
Yeah. In vain.
What's so cool? So are we starting? Are we
We
starting
also
over?
talked about going to Musso and Frank's at some point.
I would love to. I was just talking about Musso and Frank's.
Right. So
We'll
I
grab
don't know
some
why it's all about
martinis and
how I
some
forgot to
oysters.
record the video for the first 20 minutes, right?
Should I start over? Should we do the green bit again?
Green bit. Yeah.
My
and
dad's
when
really
you say
Sorry, your dad's really
Into he's kind of a lifelong diehard Chelsea fan.
I'll take it under consideration.
Just
But,
sharing.
It's hard to know which team to root for. They're all sort of nice and evil in their own specific ways. And I don't have any relationship to any specific area of London. So why did he root for Chelsea?
It's not because they had a Russian owner for a long time. It's not that. But it is because
Anya's Zoom gets cut out.
they have the most. I think they had a lot of. No one likes them. Like they're not a very cool team. I think they had a lot of money, so they were able to get some of the best players. And he's like, they play the best soccer because they had a lot of money for a long time.
Romanov or something. Who's that billionaire? Russian billionaire.
Abramovich or something.
Yeah, Roman Abramovich or something.
Yeah, he sits on there's like a whole like Russian forum where he talks with all his little buddies about his team.
That's
When
awesome.
when there's a game on and it's not going well, my mom has to leave the house.
Whoa.
And when he used to work at, he used to be the manager, whatever, at his job, and he would make the guy on his team because he would tape the games and he would watch them after, and he would make the other guy who watches soccer stay home or work from home that day because he said that just by looking at him, he could tell what the score was.
Wow. So it's a spoiler written on his face.
Yeah. This is the most time a woman has been given on this show since its inception. And I'm talking about, I'm wasting it talking about sports. I'm talking about my dad.
How did you feel when David Cross brought you on stage during his live show and talked about what you were wearing?
It was very a nice thing for him to have done that. I think he was trying to be nice and cool.
Yeah.
And I like David. I do think there was no joke and he's kind of always doing a bit. And I think he was being earnest.
Right.
And I think he didn't know what to do with that. Tim Heidecker had no idea what was going on or why I was there. And the audience was like waiting for like like something, and I was extremely uncomfortable.
Got it.
But it was fun. It was just funny because I was like, he's being earnest, but I know he does not know where this is gonna go. And then he like said something mean about my shoes, which my mom brings up constantly. She's like, that guy that said the thing about your shoes.
Did she listen to the podcast, or did you send her that part?
I sent her the whole thing because she asked about it. Yeah.
Cool.
And so now she hates David Cross, but we're good friends.
Yeah.
No problems.
David Cross interviewing your mom could be a good episode.
My mom is one of the funniest people to live.
Is her last name also Kanevskaya?
Yeah, it's a long story, but she just goes by Kanevsky. It's like a Russian.
Yeah.
It's not translation.
You adjust
thing.
your last name based on where you are in the family or something.
It's actually based on your gender.
But you and your mother, I want to say,
I know,
are the
but she was
same.
like, let's be normal. Let's be American. We all have the same last name. And then a lot of my paperwork had the other one. And so I've just always gone with the other one. Is that
interesting?
Is that interesting?
And now you just go by Anya Zero.
And now, kind of government-wise, that's what I do.
I remember the first time I saw a $20 cocktail, I was like, this is fucking insane. And now there's $25 cocktails at those bars that used to have
You couldn't think of a single number. 25.
21.
It could be anything. It could be anything. Could be any number bigger than 20.
All right, $300 is Casey's best guess.
I was trying to clarify. I said all out, which is dinner and cocktails and
Boots
Uber.
and Bellows.
And
Yeah,
like
one
a
oak.
sex worker.
Let's tickets to a show, dinner, cocktails, and an Uber ride to and fro. $300.
I don't think so. What show?
Any concert will go
Cirque du
$100
Soleil.
for you.
$100 for a musical concert?
Yeah.
No.
Well, what seats are you
Ticketmaster,
getting?
service fees.
The Greek?
Yeah, I just
At
went
the
to the
Greek.
Greek. It wasn't 100.
How much was it?
Were
40?
you sitting outside of the venue?
No, it was.
It's like 40 if you get them from
It was like
Ticketmaster.
70,
So
and it was to
Okay,
see
so
Dwight
she's already
Yoakam,
at
and it
70.
rocked.
Dwight Yoakam is
And
that
guess
pilgrim.
how I got there?
right?
No Uber. I took a Lime scooter all the way up to the Greek.
Nice.
It was awesome.
That's not average, though.
It'd be cool guerrilla marketing for the show is
Yeah.
to get this show on terrestrial radio,
What is that?
regular radio, like on the radio.
Okay, so not extraterrestrial.
No,
just
just
terrestrial.
terrestrial.
Got
Yeah,
it.
not
I haven't
outer
heard
space, but
someone
right
say
here.
the word terrestrial ever.
Okay, well, here we go.
Yeah.
And then tune their car to the station where this is playing
That's
and
funny.
put the sticker on.
And then just the FM channel like KCRW does.
What?
Why is there ever silence in this room? You know Howl's Moving Castle?
Yeah.
Well, this is Howl's New York Seltzer.
That's nothing. Keep going.
AM or FM, Anya? AM radio when you're driving in your
Wow.
car?
Great question.
Driving.
There's a time and a place
drive
for
it
both.
In your car.
bandwidths.
Static
Okay, I
on the
know it's
stereo. Anya, radio free.
And
I love
Anya.
Had to have people over my house this weekend.
I
And
love describing hosting as I had to have people over.
If I had a choice, I wouldn't have, but I did
Yeah.
have to do it. And I guess because I'm Jewish, I was like, I don't want to pay for a bunch of beer. Everybody else is going to bring beer. Then there's going to be a bunch of beer left over. I don't want to deal with kind of any of this. And I don't want to invest any money in this event. So I went to the Headgum offices on Saturday and I took beer from our fridge. Yeah, thank you.
And that's Jeff's beer.
Well,
Was it Narragansett?
I took some Narragansett, and I also took some New Belgium that was donated for the Headgum Happy Hour. That we had so much left over. And I was
That
like,
I don't
no one.
appreciate. Like, you got to be here.
Not really.
Really?
Well, here's the thing. No one really loops you in to the beginning of anything.
Even a BCC would be nice.
We had a meeting. We had to have so many meetings about an upcoming thing that we're all planning before we looped you in. And it was such a lock. And then as of today, none of us know what we're doing because you derailed that conversation so
Well, I
badly.
have a cat, and I like get distracted. on
It was
Zooms.
crazy. The amount of times he stopped talking to us to pet the cat.
Was
Or
about
mo-
the
I like to
scream?
be a Bond villain in
Yeah.
a way because I like to be like
He would either
Mr. Donahue.
he would either be talking to the cat or he would be typing so loudly that if someone else was talking on the Zoom, you couldn't hear them.
I was taking notes. I was taking notes on the fucking minutes of the episode.
What I'm saying is that why would you be involved in the planning of either one of these things?
I'd love to be the flower guy. Instead of Wondery, what if it was Sondery as a new network that we launched to compete with Headgum almost?
Yeah, but like you can only communicate with us via text. Geoff, I'm not having any fun.
What? What about the fucking mating in LA?
Anya and I joined this podcast so that we could catch up because we hadn't talked in a few days.
You were just on a meeting together. You could have talked in the chat. Yeah, delicatessen langers. That's actually a really good hack.
Trying to say is that people need overlapping dialogue, not this fucking long pause because people don't know how to respond to something I said or did.
Anya, what do you got?
Because he asked me about a pap smear. And I had nothing. I couldn't even come up with a joke because it was so violating.
Would you say that it was jar joy?
No.
All right.
Doctor was a woman.
Doctor was a woman. No, is a woman.
Is her son, etc.
Son is
the
a
joke.
doctor. No, I know that one.
Yeah.
I did fall for that riddle previously.
Don't admit that.
AJ posed this riddle to me, and I was like, "Oh, it's the sun."
Are you familiar with this riddle?
Yeah, I'm literally referencing it.
Okay.
Sorry. Are you familiar with the Headgum Podcast?
Yeah, I'm on it.
It's all right. Yeah. The doctor's installed a cochlear implant. I took it out. I can't really hear too well.
I just started learning ASL.
Oh, really?
A couple nights ago. Do you know any?
Jay.
Okay. And that's a random one to start with. Oh, that's your... I got it.
Hello?
You're like, do you know any ASL? And it's like, what does that mean? That means get me out of this hospital. I have a podcast to get to. So the final game is you have 150 seconds to answer 21 questions incorrectly. So there's 21 questions.
I have to answer them wrong?
You have to answer them wrong. They each there's two answers. Basically, there's a question
There's
and
a
two
really
options.
easy way you can do this.
There's a question and then two options. You have to choose the wrong option over and over for these 21 questions in 150 seconds. And if you get one right, you have to start from the beginning. Does that make sense?
In a way.
Marika, can I get you to be on the clock here?
I am on the clock. I'm working.
Yeah, I mean, can you start the timer at 150 seconds? Come on.
That's like, what is that even in minutes? Because the timer doesn't work that way.
I guess I just meant a stopwatch. This is a fucking train wreck of an episode.
So
and I outlined it for 2.5 hours.
2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Great. Okay.
All
Ready,
right,
Anya?
The time.
Oh, hell yeah.
The time starts now.
In Italy, how many lives are cats believed to have? A, 7, or B, 7 too many? Okay, you know what? You get one
7.
do-over. Okay.
7.
In Italy, Mr. Clean is known as what? A, Mastro Lindo, or B, Sandy?
Sandy.
Correct. Which leaning tower is in Italy? Pisa or 2 World Trade Center?
2 World Trade Center.
What is the largest lake in Italy? Garda or the one made up of Catholic tears?
The one made up of Catholic tears.
What is the Italian word for wine? Vino or drug water?
Drug water.
What undercooked dish is made with rice in Italy? Risotto or rice meal?
Rice meal.
What is the currency of Italy? Euro or Catholic tears?
Catholic tears.
What is the Italian word for no? No or wine? Which city in Italy has the largest population? Feltre or Rome?
The first one.
What 3 colors are on the Italian flag? Red, white, and green, or speckled brown and see-through?
See-through and speckled brown.
What is Italy shaped like? A boot or a terrible penis?
That's a fucking trick question.
What is the official language of Italy? Italian or loud?
Loud.
What is the Italian word for beautiful when referring to art? Bello or sorta fine?
Sorta fine. What's the point even?
Who wrote the Divine Comedy? Dante or Mike Comite?
Mike Comite.
Italian dish made of thinly sliced raw meat is called carpaccio or ruined meat?
Ruined
30
meat.
seconds left.
The famous Italian luxury sports car manufacturer is known as Ferrari or Egg?
Egg.
Who sculpted the statue of Data? of David, Michelangelo, or me?
Me.
What is the Italian word for
Sculpted the
pizza? Pizza or
data.
floppy disk with sides?
Floppy disk with sides.
What is Galileo's last name? Galilei
5,
or Zero?
4,
Zero.
3.
An
2,
Italian dish made with espresso
1.
and vanilla ice cream, affogato or coffee malt in the Italian fashion.
Coffee malt in the Italian fashion.
And what is, the timer's
done.
up. That was 20.
Yeah,
There's one more you missed.
I thought, why is it half real and half not?
Real or fake?
Fake? Well,
Be
what
a
is
modded
real?
Nerf gun.
Modded, Marika, please. Telling on yourself with that.
If Jason muses enough to get the jawline to be James, then I'll give him Bond.
The fact that you even know that, Geoff, is telling on yourself.
What do you mean?
About mewing.
And the fact that you know it, Anya,
Yeah, you
is
know
telling
it
on
too,
yours.
Anya. You're telling on
supposed to know
yourself.
it because
I
I'm a
don't
woman in
know
the
it.
world. Of course, they're telling me that I need to mew and either to get a better jawline. But the fact that Geoff also is getting fed the same Instagram reels that tell him to mew to get a better jawline is humiliating.
Mew.
Mew. Crank that.
Soldier Mew.
Yeah. Soldier Bond up in that Mew, Jason, and anyway.
Soldier Boy as Bond is good. Casey, you can
Soldier
have that
Bond?
one.
That's
a
not
freebie.
bad. That's not Bond.
Is it really a glass egg, an oval?
Yeah, Mansueto Library
Pull it up.
featured in the movie Divergent.
How do you
to
spell
be a
that, Marika? We're going to get a numbers crunch on that and put it up on the...
Divergent.
That's the movie. The library is Man, MANSUE.
Manspreado College.
Truly crazy for both of you to think that I thought Marika went to Divergent College.
Well, you just
What
said
is
I
it?
just think,
Mansuvin?
I
Yeah,
just
it was
think
like a
that.
joke.
I just thought you were spelling.
No,
the
Marika, let's sit in this
Divergent
moment for a second. Because it feels bad to all of us.
Why?
Little fucker on the show, because I think he takes after his old man.
That's your son?
You guys are the same age, arguably.
That guy's also
So you
26.
read for this and you didn't get it, and that's why you have vendetta
I'm
against it.
fucking pissed. Yeah.
Because he has a way with a lisp.
I think it's
Okay.
a real tea
With
reference.
comedy.
A real
Alex
tea
Birdman.
reference?
A real tea,
Yeah.
the real
AKA
tea company. Berkshire.
Real tea?
No.
And
real
Amir
tea.
Blumenfeld, a.k.a. Stumpy.
What?
You're over the stump.
We also missed the joke here, by the way. There was
Well,
a
you know,
full-on
it's called
joke
overlapping dialogue for a reason. I actually really appreciate that because the
I want to
listeners-
know. I want to feel included. I'm
Oh
just
my God.
laughing.
She just got it.
What?
My other car is a massage.
No, that's not what she's laughing at.
It took 30, but we got there.
The funniest moment in this show's history happened during
I might
something
have to
else.
censor it, yeah, because I want people to be able to hear the Birdman caw. I want people to hear the stumpy.
Yeah.
Because you have that dumpy.
I want to know why they're laughing.
Anya, what are you zeroing in on?
I was like explaining to Allie what the pun was about Berkshire Hathaway, and she said Berkshire Hathaway, and I said it's a realty company. And then Allie keeps asking me realty.
You want the real tea.
What that is? I'm crying. To take off my new glasses.
Brag. Constant brag about the glasses.
So online, you could only versus a fake tea company.
Yeah.
That's what I thought she was saying. Like
Yeah,
it's a
you
real
thought-
tea company, and I'm like, okay. It's a
Well, did you
real
pronounce
funnier
it
than
real
any-
tea or did you pronounce it realty?
I kept
Real
saying
tea.
realty over and over, and she just kept being like, real tea.
Brokerage? As in a shattered bluff? No.
It's like the word that's like the more commonly used word of the two things that you think it is.
It's a real tea company.
No, it's nothing. That's nothing. That's not a thing. Oh.
Dramatic chipmunk.
Okay, well, he really killed the vibe.
Anya, what's your green of the moment?
I'm going to go classic. I'm going to go return to form. I'm going to talk about actual greens. A little spicy mustard green.
Okay. Kind of
Is there like a delay or?
There was.
like-
Your
I feel
internet
like
is
nothing-
terrible.
I know. I feel like nothing has been landing for me today because of this.
You should have seen me in the Go
that
Touch
was that-
Grass.
I didn't know that was
record.
supposed
You
to be a
should have
joke.
seen me in the Go Touch Grass record.
Wasn't that in person? So there's no delay that you could have really blamed.
I
it
didn't
on.
say there was a delay. I just said that I lost the room. And I don't know if I ever even had them, really.
It's a bummer.
Geoff, did any famous people go to your high school?
No, he's from Ohio.
Everybody. Yes.
Amir, don't you think that it was lame when he killed the NBA strike?
Obama killed the NBA strike?
Let's just
Yeah.
power through because then you guys are going to start and get into this back and forth. Because Anya, she's on a lot of forums, and it's basically like trying to know more about basketball so she can talk to you about it in the office. But
I'm
she
just
reads
trying to
these
relate to you,
conspiracy
Amir.
theories.
Let's save it for Labor Day.
I wouldn't even mind that. But
Shallot sauce on an oyster. Does that make sense?
Nope. Onion Zero?
That's really good.
You know that.
Anya Kanevskaya.
You know that's. I had a friend that I made when I was little at the laundromat, and the first time, like we would both go there while our parents were doing laundry, and the first time I met him, he thought my name was Onion, and I was too embarrassed to correct him, so he called me Onion for our entire friendship.
That's really
I was a
good.
very shy, strange child.
Imagine you coming in with a casserole at a like Friendsgiving potluck, and they're like, "What'd you make?" And you say Onion Kanevskaya. What would that? What would that dish be to you?
It's a casserole. It's like an onion-based. It's like a French onion soup baked.
Yeah,
That's an idea.
not terrible. Did you actually feel like I had ire towards you because you used to listen to the show, but you don't anymore?
Well, I don't mean to butt in here because that's not really a producer's job, but you were saying that you felt like if you were not in the Zoom but in the room, that you would have felt physically in danger.
I wouldn't do that, by the way.
Do what?
I wouldn't have said that much stuff.
Okay, so you're
From
saying
a
a
producer
producer.
table.
Yeah, but I also
Or
you
as a friend.
Well, we should also say that you guys are like missing tons of opportunities to like interrupt their conversation, like force your agenda through.
Sure,
like
sure,
you're
press
just sort of
buttons
you're
for
not live
sound bites.
editing.
Yeah.
You're live like giving notes.
What I learned actually in redesigning these studios with Casey was that you can't design by committee. I think I said this.
Because everybody has
Everybody
a
has an
different opinion.
opinion, yeah.
So it's like these are 10 different opinions. Honestly, what I do sometimes is ask the person who's most likely to complain. Because then
Geoff.
it's like that person is involved, and now it's like, okay, I've eliminated that person's complaint.
And here's the thing, I would have talked to Geoff about it if he was being sincere and if it wasn't the day that we were painting. Like the paint was here, the painters were here, the furniture was moved out. We were painting, and he
Yeah.
was like, I don't know about this color. And I
The
said,
charcoal.
the train's already left the station. Like,
Yeah.
we're doing this.
Okay, another interior design question.
Great.
How is the TV that I gave you holding up in your house?
It's great. It's huge. It's great.
You said it was too big for the space,
Yeah, we moved some stuff around.
and now it fits the space
And
fine enough.
Yeah, because like we will do anything for the big TV. You know, that's kind of how
Yeah, that's
some
the
men
centerpiece.
operate.
Yeah.
Not all men, but some men operate
Hashtag
that
not
way.
all men.
Yeah.
Yeah. Celebrate good wines. Uncork. Fuck you guys.
Do you have that written down?
He does have it written down, I see, on his laptop.
Oh, he has a gun. Gonna kill himself in a shirt. Nice, a Theragun. Yes.
We're gonna make an inside joke.
Okay, so now I want to take these.
Me
off.
too, then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There kind of already is a massage related inside joke here at the office,
Meaning?
which is that we had a front desk girl for like 3 to 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she was kind of some restructuring happened, she was let go.
Well, shit canned in front of everyone, we should say.
They then gave us gift cards as a like end of year little treat to a
Cash
massage
would've been
place.
better.
Agreed. To a massage place down the street. And when we all went to go get massages, our
was
old
working
front
there.
desk girl was working there.
I mean, serendipity, right, Amir? Please talk about
I
Mortadell.
want to say something.
Please. You always have
This-
the floor, by the way. That's
And
kind
I
of
don't
the
wanna
beauty
talk
of La
about
Dolce
Mortadell.
Vita. Okay.
This
We can
the
skip
speed with which you're talking right
Uh-huh.
now
Uh-huh.
really feels more
Why are
Vita
you
Loca
filleting
than
your fingers?
like I thought you would I honestly thought you'd be different on this. I thought like you'd kind of be vacation Geoff. I thought you'd be in a different place. I thought you'd be like chiller, but you are wound up so
I am in a
tight
different place.
right now.
I'm in a
I've never
different
I've never seen you less sprezzatura. So
I will
in my
say.
life.
I would.
That was me.
You had me at Uncle off.
That's when you jack off your uncle.
Jesus.
What?
Thank God
was gone, right? Because otherwise, if he had heard that joke, he would have changed his whole opinion of you past the meeting. Fun fact, that train movie, White Noise, was shot in Sugar and Falls in my hometown. And my buddy Harry, Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach stayed with my buddy Harry's parents.
Dude, that is so fun. You're right.
Oh my God. That was...
Okay.
12 million for Gerwig.
Jennifer Lawrence.
It's gonna be. She's a movie star.
Greta Gerwig just did Barbie, and she's only at 12 million.
Well, she directed
That's directing
Barbie.
the first one.
Jennifer Lawrence is $160 million, Anya.
That's
$160
She's in all of the
All right,
Hunger
what about
Game
George
movies,
Clooney?
Anya?
As long as we're just fucking guessing the
no.
world's most successful people.
That's not what we're doing.
$500 million.
That's not what we're doing.
All right, what about
Jennifer Lawrence? You lose a turn. You absolutely lose a turn for that. You're off by $100
You've
million.
reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
2-3 weeks will elapse with nothing.
Nothing.
But okay, in Geoff's defense, you like that?
Crazy. Yeah, before I say what I'm going to say, just take the compliment.
The thing I like about Geoff, if there was a thing, it would be that when he doesn't, it's not like that the episode doesn't go up. Like, he could send everything to you and make his life easier. Instead, he stays up all night editing himself because he forgot to send it to you in time. So like he's suffering
for his
the
art.
most.
Got it.
Yeah. Which I think is nice.
It is. It's very
strange and admirable.
Sacrificial martyrdom.
This episode for
But like also
it's a Wednesday and this is
stupid.
going up on Friday.
Oh yeah, yeah. And because also like deprives me of money.
Right, he's taking money out of your pocket.
So
well, not necessarily, right? Because like you're gonna edit the assembly files after this.
Mm-hmm.
But
Same-
what
doesn't matter what
the weeks
day.
that you don't send it to Grace, that is money that you're taking from her pocket and putting into yours.
Interesting.
Should we take a break? It's only been 13 minutes.
I don't know what that is, but the real
Just put
question
some
now
money
is
on any team and then you'll be into that one.
now we're
The Amir
talking.
way. Yeah.
Yes, I've been ironically enjoying the Utah Hockey Club. There's a
Yeah.
professional NHL franchise called the Utah Hockey Club. I don't know if you guys
They're
know
new.
that, but the
I do
Phoenix
know that.
Coyotes moved to Utah. They didn't have a name, so they just call themselves the Utah Hockey Club. Oh, what are
I
you
think
watching
they're
tonight?
still-
Utah
they're gonna
Hockey
get-
Club is playing
they're-
the Winnipeg
I
Jets.
think they're gonna
the
have a
Hockey
different
Club are
name.
playing the
They're
Kraken.
gonna
I'm
have a
watching
different name. I
the
think it's
Ducks
temporary.
versus
When
Hockey
Amir
Club.
talks over
Kind
you,
of.
Anya, you never accuse him of misogyny. It's because he signs your checks. Because I don't sign your checks. We're just friends, right?
To be
We're
fair,
not just
Amir
friends.
was already talking and Anya tried to interrupt, but
Casey,
Amir
leave the Zoom.
powered through.
Casey,
When
leave the
Casey
Zoom.
accuses
Thank
you
you.
of cutting Amir
Reverse
off,
misogyny.
you never
Oh
say,
my God.
Reverse misogyny is when I tell Anita that I try to chime in.
oh, man, God.
So the real question still remains, do Mets fans root for the Yankees and have hometown
Absolutely
pride?
not.
Or do they root for the
Absolutely
Dodgers
not.
to
Wait,
beat
I
the
have something to
Yankees
say.
because they hate
I have
the
something to say.
Yankees?
I have something to say about the Yankees. So
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of the games, as we know. I didn't want to hop on in the playoffs because then I'd be accused of being a pink hat fan or whatever.
Correct, yes.
No,
Basically, like,
I was trying to
you went
get
to the
Anya
women's
to
Yeah,
watch
but
watch.
you're
once in
allowed to do that, but
2017, and
as
then you
a
never
woman
kept
that
the
does that,
cause
I'd
up.
be
Exactly
accused
right.
of being a pink hat fan.
That's
So
what
I was
saying.
pushing
that
really
works.
hard for
Here's the
Anya
thing.
to get into the Mets
I know.
for the past few weeks. She
I
almost,
was also saying-
she almost got it, but
Yeah.
Okay. However, I watched the Yankees game. Aaron Judge?
do not do this, Anya.
No, fuck this guy.
Pretty good.
You're not a pink
Do not do this, Anya.
fan.
6'8" or something?
You're
I
a
saw.
pink
I said,
I mean-
slip fan. When people get
Not a
fired,
thing.
you are joyful. You're a pink slip
That's
fan.
true. I've been rooting for you to receive one for years now.
The Jakes on this Johnson.
There's like no chance that this isn't bleeding into the Here to Help recording.
The smoke billows out the wok like some fried rice,
Quieter.
turning dark
Turn it
brown.
down.
Saffron rice or something?
Tagine? Is that it?
Tagine is a spice.
No.
Fucking idiot.
He looked right at me. He looked right at me.
Isn't tagine
He
the
said tagine
dome
was a
that
spice?
they
What, like
cook it
that?
in?
Plus dome.
Zendaya.
Guys, whose net worth is 9? It's not a
Anya,
hard
come
question.
on.
What do you mean?
Zendaya's going to be over 100 million.
Yeah.
Already?
Well, 22 million, but still.
I guess she did.
I'm going to go
Spider-Man.
O'Teal Burbridge from Dead and Company.
I guess she did do Spider-Man.
5.2
movies. Yeah, I guess she did do
Okay,
that.
but I don't understand. Greta Gerwig directed Barbie.
Yeah, but
the
those are
biggest
just the
movie.
two biggest movies in the world.
She directed it. The
does
director
that
doesn't
mean?
make the director doesn't make as much money as the actors do.
And it wasn't going
Oh, I didn't know
to
that.
be the biggest
I thought she
hit
would
in the world
produce
that they're
it.
going to pay her that much cash.
Dylan
Now she'll get a lot of
Sprouse.
cash.
He's got Nickelodeon money, but that probably went to his parents.
That was JD.
Those
Vance.
Vance, yeah, of
That
course.
tracks. Sounds like something Trump would say, to be honest.
Thank you.
When I was
The
in the
haters
third
and the losers of it all.
Mm.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. No, I'm sorry.
When I was in the third grade, I thought that I was gay.
That's it.
Because I could draw. Then I realized being gay was the worst thing a man could be, so I started hating women instead.
That's a nah.
The beginning of it is a Macklemore song. I don't know if you
That's a
took it
nah
from
because I feel
somewhere.
like that quote would have come up at some point in the
It's
election.
the Macklemore song.
That's a
about,
no. That's a no. I think I should have.
gay marriage.
You don't know "Same Love" by Macklemore?
No.
And that lady
Yeah, you
who
do.
sings the chorus.
I really don't. But
My
that's
love,
okay.
my love, my love, she keeps me warm. She keeps me warm.
What?
Popular song at the time.
No way.
My other car.
I have a question.
Yeah.
It's like hard to come up with something that has this little meaning. You had to swap out
Is
so
that not
many
the
words
genius?
for
Yeah.
massage before you were like, what would make the
I
least
didn't
amount
even
of sense?
think
Yeah.
about making a bumper sticker.
So what did you think?
What's that?
How did
You
you,
were
come up
hammered?
with this?
I don't know.
I was ham. He was
I
eating
was like
ham.
free associating. I was doing like spoken word.
Disassociating.
Yeah,
You were-
I was in a dissociative episode as I free associated within that dissociative episode. Does that make
Sure.
sense? So basically, I was down a deep dark hole.
Right.
I was down the rabbit hole for sure, and this came to me.
No way. Just like that?
And then I said, "What if that was on a shirt?" Number 2 was going to be a photo of me with Crackle and Pop, and the caption was going to be "This and Snap."
I promise you, I will genuinely laugh at the first one. That is funny. I can't even hold it in. When you're on, you're on. So keep going.
How much does Katie make?
Katie, I think she's making what, 160?
That's salary base?
That's salary base, but
before bonuses.
How do you know, Jeff, what Katie is making?
Oh, employee solidarity. I get drinks with people just to know.
So that's he's
got
on
a
Marty's
spreadsheet
laptop
that he
right
makes
now.
up. All the numbers.
Just so I can get mad at people. Well, Katie's making $189,000.
Oh, she just got a raise.
It's gone up since the last time I looked.
Pillows out the walk like some fried rice turning dark brown.
We heard it the first time,
I liked
actually.
that line.
Okay, well, the line that I wanted to dissect because you guys were talking over it,
Jiminy Glick.
Hell
the
yeah,
Martin Sheen
brother.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Martin Sheen. Martin Short.
Short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the big short, really.
Jiminy Glick?
No, he's small.
Jiminy Glick.
Well, Jiminy Glick is the
big
biggest
short. You're right. You're right. And I'm sorry. Cut that out. Grace, cut that out. Cut that out. I didn't get
Grace
it. Cut
isn't
that out.
doing the assembly edits. Especially, and she's not even doing the video
But
edit
she's.
this week.
Why not?
Because of the handoff. You said you wanted to give Grace another fucking week.
I don't think I said that.
I have a question. Has anyone ever walked out to like the good, the bad, and the ugly themes music?
Probably.
What is wrong with your Wi-Fi?
I don't know.
I think
feel
like
fix
the
it.
company
like
should
a-
pay for you to have fiber.
a coyote, I believe, chewed on her wires.
It was a rat.
It was a rat.
I
so
called
funny.
T-Mobile and they said rats chewed on our wires in our neighborhood.
No, my real walkout song I think would be Jet by Wings.
Hell yes, brother.
And then everybody would like the fans would start to realize that everybody's when I'm walking up is supposed to go, Geoff!
That's so good.
Yeah.
You
G
know,
Spot's
I'd
also
stay
named
at
after a
hotels.
doctor.
Same guy. His first
Just
name's
hotels.
George.
I don't
This
like
guy's
the
sucks.
cleaning
For how long?
fees.
Yeah.
true.
I've been doing Airbnbs less and
Me
less
too. I've been
recently
doing.
because
I ended up doing Airbnbs
That-
less and
yeah.
less recently.
less
just 'cause
quality
There's less
control.
quality
Yeah.
You just don't know
control.
what you're getting
the way
into.
that you can go
Yeah, I see the
from
pictures and
G-Spot
they
back
never
to
really
Airbnb
line up.
without
Line
even
up.
flinching.
They used to call me
And
G
also,
Spot in
barely
high
even
school.
saving money anymore.
I know.
That's such a bummer.
why
It's like,
I'm like,
Yeah.
Why
if
pay
I'm going to stay
$300?
somewhere
I've never
for
had
4
sex.
days, I'd would
It's
rather
sorry?
go to a hotel.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
was
that, I do
saying,
hotel.
I was wondering
But longer
if there's
term.
like, because there's turn down
Yes,
service
exactly.
and yeah,
Plus you get the
plus you
maid
get the maintenance,
service
yeah,
and-
because there's a bunch of fees, they're
It's
hidden
just
fees.
nice.
There's no
It's
hidden
like-
fees.
Well,
They're
and
like,
sometimes
There's a
you
reason
and they
you
called
made
you that to be
hotels.
nice.
Like a long-term.
Yeah, no,
a
I said
long-term
I've
stay,
never
they
had
give you a
sex.
discount.
Yeah,
whereas
that
at
could
the
be
time.
hotels not
And then,
necessarily.
yeah.
I guess
No, I
if
still
you
haven't.
had
I've
5
never really
weeks, stayed at a hotel for 5 weeks.
No, it's hard because you can stay
somewhere
with
outside of my home
semi-permanent.
for
Yeah,
You
then it's
probably
probably
still
better
wanna
to
do
do a
Airbnb or,
hotel.
like,
You probably want to do an
VRBO.
Airbnb then, yeah.
Like you're staying in LA, you're staying for like almost
a
month and a half.
Well, you have the option. You know,
You're
you
doing
said you were doing an
Airbnb.
Airbnb in the Franklin Village. You could do the Carlotta. You could
Did
do
you
the
guys
Villa
hear that
Carlotta because there's sort of these. Yeah.
Jeff was called G-Spot in high school.
I think we might have 2 ads. Maybe we do 2 ad breaks.
Oh.
Let's talk margins.
Let's talk
Let's talk
marketing.
shipping and fulfillment.
Well,
of
Anya will
this.
do it.
But that is on our way to margins.
That's
Okay, you're talking about once Geoff sells these, how they get to where they're supposed to go.
And are they ever going to? Let's put money on it right now. Over under.
Well, it depends on how much they cost and
75 cents per.
So did you pay $75 total, or was there some
you're
sort
gonna
of?
you're gonna do it for $0 profit?
No,
That's
we're
how
gonna
much
sell these
Geoff
for
bought.
I thought
$5.
you're selling how
I think $5.
I'm trying to figure out how to, how much, what's a price?
It still will only be a couple $100, but why not spread the joy / wisdom of this show through stickers?
I know it's late, and I know
It's like 11:30.
like it's dark where you are, but it really looks like
It's
you're
always dark where Geoff
in a
is.
Taliban holding cell and not in a villa in Italy.
What about
The
now?
background is better. Better.
He hit his head up there.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
you
hit my
gotta
head
watch out
again.
for those beams. Did
I
you
know.
really?
I did,
Did
but
you
I don't.
really?
I think I'm fine. I would like to say formally, Connie, if you're listening, which she isn't, I'm sorry yet again for wasting your time, your energy, your value on my oversleeping dumbass.
That's really kind of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it is.
That was really big of you to oversleep. And then
It was
apologize.
brave, yeah. Is that what you said?
I said big.
So maybe if I could conference call me and Jill, I could get
She's,
Jake
like,
in the
about to go into
doghouse.
labor
Exactly
right now.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe
We'll put you both on the air.
all right.
Okay.
And then Amir, you'll just sort of be ignored in your own house. There we go.
Jill is not Amir's partner.
Just so you know.
No, I knew that. That was an example of like an impartial thing where it's
It
like,
is
oh,
my
clear-
baby. Can we say that?
What is?
Jill's baby. She's with child, but it's my
Sperm donor or
You're asking Geoff if you can say that?
Jeff was the arbiter.
I mean,
of
he's
what
in the
went
hot
down.
seat. It's a lot of power in that seat. Yeah.
no, because when you have time, it doesn't work when you're on the fucking fly like this. Anya was 25 minutes late, right?
How
I
was
had an
the
important
meeting?
meeting.
With who?
Really good.
Yeah.
With who?
Can't say, but it'll be exciting.
We already
Jeff
have,
said a lot.
we already have a
Geoff
lot.
can't stop saying it.
Luckily, he'll cut that and it's not on video anyway.
This is a new.
Is the GoPro on?
The GoPro is on. Can I? Yeah.
I know.
Slacked
and I'm
all of us and
regretting
said
it.
Mets post-mortem?
Yeah.
And it's
No.
becoming an Anya posts boredom.
That's really good. Post sportsdom and post boredom.
No, current, not post. I'm
Mid
currently
boredom. I
bored,
get it. I get it.
mid-boredom, Yeah.
Yeah.
So some people
I
mood
just thought we'd
board,
talk
you
about
mid
it a little
board.
bit. I thought it'd be like at the top of the hour, and then Jeff would have other things.
Jeff
kind of
would
ready.
have.
No, I plugged the show because I'm fucking knee deep in that shit, right? I had to write a whole fucking spoiler
Do you know
alert. I'm
Casey's
gonna
gonna
cut
be
that
there?
out. What? You didn't tell me China was coming.
I texted you.
I
Bond
haven't
of the
really been
week.
able
This
to
week, my bond of the
hear-
week is Anya's boyfriend.
Why?
Because he's handsome, he's suave, and he knows when and how to give others the floor. Just like James.
What?
What?
When did you
What?
even meet him?
When did you even meet him? Kidding me? He was at the Headgum Happy Hour last October 17th.
That's what I'm trying to figure
Are
out.
you kidding me? It was in passing 19 months ago.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
No, he was.
Why he's in your kind of mental zeitgeist at this
frontal
moment.
cortex.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, left and right side brain. Me thinking about, what's his name, Sandy?
No, it's not. But thank you. I'll tell him.
Well,
He doesn't know who you are. So.
not yet. Not until you tell us ass.
We didn't come over that time you invited just me and him, not Casey, to your house.
Yeah, there was a day in the studio. We've talked about it before, but this is just for Rochelle. I was gonna move to Laurel Canyon.
This part's
That's
not
a brag.
important.
That's a lease. And
I was like telling Anya about it because I was like, oh, I have to move. And she was like, where are you moving? I said, Laurel Canyon. We talked about how we love Laurel Canyon. I said, you and your boyfriend should come over.
And Casey was right next to me.
Unbelievable HR violation, I
It
believe.
was so funny.
It
I was like,
was
okay,
illegal to think, let alone extend the invitation.
And my boyfriend,
yeah.
who he has met once in passing 19 months ago.
And then what ended up
he hasn't
really
stopped
happening
thinking about him since.
was that we went to Amir's wedding in Laurel Canyon. And it was me and Casey.
Weirdly.
So
yeah.
It ended up not being ideal for anyone involved. And I didn't even move to Laurel Canyon.
And we weren't invited to the wedding.
Oh.
Me and you.
Yeah.
Rochelle was there.
Or my boyfriend.
Rochelle was there. And your
But
boyfriend.
everyone was sent the registry, which seemed fucked.
Well, I figure if you're not there in spirit, you can be there in cash.
Anya, do you want to share with the audience what you said right before we recorded when you walked in?
Oh, the slur?
Oh, shit. Stop.
What?
The way your voice just shook.
Because I'm not sure if
He's
it's
scared
too
of you.
soon after either Nicole or Simpson.
I mean, there's so much racial politics involved in what you're talking about that I don't think you're prepared to go there.
That's why I like to toe the line. That's why I'm halfway between Lithuania and fucking Kerala.
Anyways, I just got my period right before I walked in.
Danny DeVito turns 80 today.
I saw him. I was out to dinner with him the other day. He wasn't with me, but I was there and he was there.
Where?
Kismet down the street.
Wow, DeVito.
Yeah. I watched him walk by the restaurant, and then an employee went to go out and get him, but he was like so far away. And then I watched him wander back, and then realized he needed to go inside.
He's the one who seems like he's not 80 years old. He seems like he's still like 60. He's
agree.
like yelling and active and moving fast.
Bernie is 83.
Wow, way older than that. Okay, I was way off. 83. Holy
That could
smokes.
be Bond of the Week.
Yeah, I still want to
More
be
like
Bond of the Week.
letdown of the week. Am I right?
Why?
Why?
Oh, because he constantly moves to the center, even though he shouldn't.
Oh, you're disappointed in Bernie is what you mean. Not that he would be disappointing as Bond.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I think he would kill it as Bond, but I think he's disappointing me as a senator.
I see. For a state that you don't live in.
Right, but he is working across the aisle in ways that I think he doesn't have to. He can be like the one guy that doesn't, but he refuses to.
But
like
Wedding
a
in December.
hardcore black tie dress code, I don't think. I've
Crisp
ever been.
shirt.
Would you do bolo?
I do bolo.
Of course, he'd do bolo.
That's breaking all kinds of societal norms in terms of evening wear, in terms of...
I'm a disruptor.
Yeah, you and the rest of Silver Lake. No.
What's the hardest job you guys think I could do?
This is a great question, actually.
The hardest
Actor.
job that you can do. No.
A really easy job?
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, I think that's the hardest job he could do.
It's hard, though, because sometimes you don't know whether to split your time learning lines or going to crafty.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do I do?
Johnny?
Wandering around set.
Interrupting the director at Video Village.
Sorry.
Oh, that's cool. Sorry, we were in the
Do you
middle
think I
of a
should learn
fucking take.
lines, or should I go eat a snack? My blood sugar's low.
I know the lines because I did think about them last night. I didn't read them, but I did think, should I have a grapple or should I grapple with the lines? Because I'm starting to freak out. Because the bricks that built the town were as red as their politics. Comrade. History of communism in the city-state known as Bologna. Anya, do you want to speak to that?
Why would I want to speak to that?
Because you're sort of,
No, let's go on.
Russian.
Yeah. So, keep going.
That's it.
Because I'm sort of Russian.
How about David Cross? Headgum
David
Zone.
Cross, net worth 10 million. So fucking close.
Let's average those 8s and 10s.
What about Griffin Gluck?
If we cancel the show, maybe it goes down to 9.
Yeah, he
Griffin
does
Gluck,
make $1
$1
million
million
a year.
What about Hosier? There's no way.
That really got him here.
Amen.
6 million.
Oh, but
We haven't gotten to any of it.
Okay, I have a suggestion of something we should do at some point. Have you ever taken a psychopath test live on the show?
Why do people think this about me? I'm a very caring person.
You seem to have no concept of like how relationships or interpersonal like things work at all.
It's reciprocity. It's the snake eating its own tail as each other eat each other's asses.
You
right?
think you think marriage is like an Ouroboros?
In a way, because it never stops.
Not right.
In an ideal world,
Fucked
there's
up.
like a constant
Your
flow
poor girlfriend.
of equality, of egalitarianism in terms of, that painting doesn't look good there, but because it's our house, I'll let you put it there.
Yeah, and I guess there are other unions that might follow
and I guess
suit.
the DGA
Yeah.
might follow suit.
That'll be interesting.
It's what's interesting about
We're
it.
pro-union
No, 100%.
as a network.
But there's no podcast union. You guys haven't really tried to move the needle there in any way.
Would you
It's you're looking
I
at the
would
whole
like that.
company right here.
Because
Anya
the last
and
time I was in
me,
New York,
what
the
the-
last
what the
episode we
choices
recorded
are.
in New York, nothing worked tech-wise, and we had to start 50 minutes late.
I wasn't there. I think I already flew back
It's
here.
what you did.
Can I
though.
say something,
you
though?
flew in and you
That is not true.
fucked it all.
Everything works in this studio and you still fuck it up. So what does it matter?
Oh,
Get his ass.
My God. Oh, yeah.
It's supposed to be vodka if I'm doing
But what
a drink
about
right to you.
wine that's
gotta
been fermented further to a sour in the fucking vermouth?
That's what a vermouth is?
I think Anya said something wrong and off.
Haven't said a thing. I've been actually
Yeah, she's
in
been
my
quiet for
email.
minutes.
Yeah, you can see my computer
Yeah.
shaking when I'm.
What I can also see is that you've never pulled that privacy screen back for us to see the rest of your house. I'd love to know what the view is, because from there I could Google Maps my way into knowing your address.
Not a chance.
Guys, if it's so taboo to wear white after Labor Day, why is it okay to be white after that?
Do you want to try again?
Guys, if it's so taboo to wear white after Labor Day, why is it okay to be white after that?
Do you want to try again, but with a different joke that's better and that we can actually respond to?
Let me get my shoes. Guys, what wine best encapsulates your ass?
Is this another questions one?
No, there are questions. This is the wax, dude.
This is the wax.
Sorry, real
intimacy.
quick. Are you Jewish, Geoff?
What's that?
Are you Jewish?
I listen to a lot of Ram Dass. I'm probably closest to a Zen Buddhist.
Okay. I have the book
okay.
Be here now?
Yeah, it's like right here.
That's great. I have a digital
however,
copy. So
great. I just wanted to kind of state that for the record for anyone who's listening who doesn't know whether or not the person kind of giving us forgiveness on the show.
Yeah, if it's really earned or not.
No. I truly just.
here are 5 questions of medium difficulty from the 8th grade U.S. history test given by the federal government. We're swinging it over to Anya for some reason. Here we go.
Because I listened to NPR today.
Never mind. Let's go to Casey.
Thank you.
Have you ever had a Thai massage?
I have.
Where they walk on you?
Yes, but they're like holding a bar, so
Yeah.
it's not their full weight. Yeah.
I went to a massage place, didn't know it was going to be that. It was like really dark when you get in there, and then like really didn't know, and then imagine my surprise where I'm like, this lady's on top of me, and then when I got up and she turned the lights on, like saw the bars, I was like, okay, well, like I should have been warned.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it either when it happened to me.
Oh my God, this person's walking all over me.
Felt like a real doormat.
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about me when my screen froze and I was making a goofy face?
Yeah. We called you a slur for Russians.
Which is
this is, I hate when we have to do this, but just gonna quickly get out of this one. Just one more break is good.
Well, you already said it.
We should do an episode where you just make amends.
That's really funny. You know, is there like a Day of Atonement?
Yom Kippur.
Really?
Yeah, it happened 3 weeks
Okay.
ago.
Wait, really?
This?
Yeah. Okay, so we'll have to wait a whole nother year. That's a whole nother year to rack up wrongdoings.
Yeah.
You could do your own Yom Kippur. Jeff Kippur.
Off. Let's do it.
Jeff. What about Yomsby?
Dome Kippur.
Dome Jeff is my Day of Atonement. Plus atone.
Atonement.
Smart. Here's what I would do.
The little lack of innovation.
I would kind of
Charlie D'Amelio and Anya
and
Zero.
Doug Demure, the guy who reviews cars.
The comments are just going to be Finn Wolfhard and Anya if you do that, by the way. Because they are always speaking about how we look like siblings.
By the way, I texted Finn and I asked him if he would be on with you to see who the real Finn Wolfhard is, and that text he didn't respond to.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would go. So everyone right now online is talking about Meryl Streep and Martin Short maybe being in love. So I would kind of like
Oh, that's
capitalize
really
off
good.
that and cast them in kind of like a older age demographic rom-com. Nancy Meyers.
I like that a
kind of
lot.
Vibe.
It could be like Nancy Meyers, like Something's Gotta Give meets 50 Shades in that sort of on theme of like you're never too old to start a new hobby. It's like you're never too old to get into some like fringe kink shit.
I think that'd
So
be really funny.
Yeah,
that
it'd
actually
be
is
like,
a really good idea.
It's
I
Martin
think you should bleep this whole thing because we're giving this away for free, and the execs are listening. You know they're listening.
I'm gonna sell them through Rodney's closet.
I'm on the Headgum podcast, but it sucks.
You want
Who's
to make
that?
it?
It's Carl Tart.
Don't
doesn't
tell
know what it's
Carl
like.
that the show sucks. Did you tell him about
It's just this
Sprezzatura?
episode.
Tell him about Sprezzatura.
Jeff's in Italy.
Oh, tight.
Carl's
like,
got
"What?"
sprezzatura.
Carl does
have
Sprezzatura.
What is that?
It means like
Effortless
a careless,
cool.
effortless.
It's like
cool.
Riz.
Oh shit! Thank you.
It's not like Riz, Marika. God. All right. At
You
Geoffrey
have
James on
it.
Instagram.
You know you have it.
Italy the country. Check it out. And we'll see you guys again next week. This whole thing was not quite Dawes, but it was
Carl's really touched by that.
gelato.
And it's true. All right, I'll see you in a bit.
It is true, Carl.
It is.
It is true.
Yeah.
He was genuinely touched. I've actually never seen him react like that to anything.
This whole thing was
That was like
frizzante.
the best 5 minutes of this episode.
Good job of that. You're like in the room and you're additive, but you're not necessarily looking to
You're not
interject
looking forward to like.
Yeah, this is what we're talking
Yeah.
It honestly feels like you're talking more now than ever before. Like if you were on that chair, you'd be talking a lot less.
Let's hear from
Not having the lights on him is like he's sweating.
Yes, exactly.
That's like, oh my God,
No.
they dropped the merch that has to do with
Right,
this.
right.
Right.
So it's joke about a massage, immediately followed by a joke about a car, and then someone else says, "My other car is a massage."
You guys aren't trained. Here we go. All right, Amir, what do you drive?
A Mazda.
A Maserati. And then we kind of go off that. Like, basically, is it an awesome car? Is it a sedan?
Yeah, sorry. Where do we go from there?
I don't guest on shows very often. I'm usually behind the desk, but when the Doughboys asked me to be on a Doughboys Patreon episode, I like came in like I was like I'm really nervous. I was like I'm really on edge.
When was that?
It's
out this week?
It's out this week, coincidentally.
When did you record it?
Months ago. No idea what I
Months.
said. I was a different person then.
What was you browned out? You brown Jordaned out. What
Yeah.
was the topic?
It was a 1 hour episode, so I'd gotten that timer that was supposed to count up, but it only counted down. You
Mhm.
know, that's on my desk now.
Yeah.
And so we had the idea that
I totally forgot. That's what we did.
we like started at an hour and counted down, and when it got to 0, the episode was over.
Okay, so that's just how they timed the episode. I was curious as to what the episode was about.
That was just kind of the, and then we just talked.
It's kind of a wax episode.
Which
Oh,
was
interesting.
Interesting because I was like, oh, everyone's being so nice to me.
Yeah.
And they're still being funny.
It felt like the Headgum Podcast, but positive.
It was just like a regular podcast, just like every other I was like, right, it's not always scary to be a guest on a podcast. It's actually usually
that's
normal.
just this and the Hollywood Handbook, guys. Yeah. You should go on Hollywood Handbook now to offset the good juju that you felt during Doughboys.
I will never do that. Okay. Yeah, it's okay.
What if they start the countdown at 30 minutes?
No, I went on for 5 minutes once and I wanted to kill myself. So.
Iron Man.
The first one?
Yes.
4.
No. So far off.
9.
But that was
9?
Yeah, we did almost do 4, but
yeah,
it was 9.
You liked the first Iron Man.
Yeah, so it's a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Oh, I'm playing it wrong again. I'm playing it wrong again.
We're all learning the game at the same time. Allie, your turn. Get out of
I'm
the Zoom.
sorry.
Derp. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Exactly.
obviously, like, why are you guys not enjoying this?
Enjoying.
And what?
Got him. You didn't hear it either time.
No.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Marika did the
That's
art
kinda
for
like
it,
what
so
they-
we appreciate that. Ferris Monchi, old Headgum all-star for this show too, did the theme song for it. So check that
Theme
out.
song is great.
Yeah.
Jeff, that's kind of what you try to do, but now they're doing it. And you
Yeah,
don't.
Yeah, it's kind of like the segments of the Headgum podcast are only a little more structure, and Jake and I are on every
friendly
episode.
and on good
And like you guys plan it.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Way, but it's very low key. You know, it's.
What was that?
Somebody was leaving or coming.
Oh yeah, we should also say
people are doing
construction's happening as we speak.
Specifically on this room.
The studio's
There is-
outer walls.
There will be a hole being made in this wall.
Are you kidding me?
At some
Right
point,
now?
a
At some
point.
drill should be coming through the wall.
I knew somewhere
Impaled
around,
Jeff.
somewhere near your
It's in me. Yeah, we're just gonna have to put the wire through your heart.
I mean, we got to get it in here somehow.
That would
Enthusiasm for this Joe.
Walton, yeah.
and
Anya's gone.
No way
Anya
she's
left.
gone for that.
She
That
has
was
the
correct.
audacity.
No, it's
Last
really
time I
dirt.
talked over the song, people in the comments were mad that we
Whoa,
wouldn't let him just
baby
sing.
rice is dirt.
I'm
I think
like,
this one
Dribble?
deserves to be
This?
talked over.
Are you sure?
Because
I would say my green of the moment is the shade of the New York studio. I think that, I don't know who threw that together, but I think it's a really nice bluish hunter. Which we could have taken a little bit of inspiration from that when we were like outfitting Studio G. We could have been more of like a chine green. It could have been more like a cola or even a China Casey red, which
I
is
feel
like
like your green of every moment is envy because you don't get to decide any of these things.
Oh my
God.
Oh my god. What was the episode
we got
recently
there.
where
We
Anya
got-
zung you as the ending joke?
No, I was just like this, that, and the other, right? And Anya was like, right. I thought that was really funny. Yeah.
Just go with stainless steel.
Anya's absolutely nearest. It was iron. There's metal pipe falling on iron.
These are my money makers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Oh,
Next one. Next one.
Do this for a living.
That was the first one.
Oh.
Next one.
Yeah, it sounded.
Are we just going through like?
I just
Are we
heard a
just gonna-
gunshot. I swear to fucking God. I don't think it'll be picked up on this mic because it's too good, but there was a fucking gun.
I heard a sound. I didn't know.
like a pop.
Speaking of pop, Pignolino Frizzante.
Sorry,
Sparkle
are you in a
episode?
Taliban holding cell?
Let's just. They said that this was the only thing I could do, so let's just fucking power through. My plane got redirected. Experimented with anal play, and Shannon said no, and Chad was like, "You got to try this shit." Ocho Cinco also takes Viagra every time he has mate.
Viagra?
Yeah.
What, Jeff? What's happening? You've never talked about sex this much. You've been sick and you come back and 2 segments so far.
Well, I just saw them do that segment, and I was like, "Well, that's a perfect Headgum Podcast segment."
Is
so,
it?
are you guys going to come down to the mic and share what you do to turn your man on?
Of course not.
What do you mean, of course not, Amir? You're the one who should lead the charge.
My parents' insurance hasn't always paid for everything out here because it's like regional to Ohio. So like my eye doctor
Maybe
doesn't.
you should go back.
There's
But
a
now it doesn't
reason the
matter.
universe is pushing
Yeah.
you to the
Yeah.
moon.
Closer to the red
Magnetic.
egg, first of all.
Maybe
For
I'll be
sure.
Magneto, Ohio tomorrow. So I'm being magnetically pulled to failure / returning home.
I'll be Magneto High tomorrow.
Should be talking about Obama's fucking over the
Bod?
NGs.
Turn as Bond. Turn as Bond. Yeah.
I thought you meant his bod. He looked good playing basketball that one time. And he smokes cigarettes, which is cool.
He
And
still
his daughter-
smokes.
I'm sure he does. And I think Sasha smokes, which is cool.
That is.
I'm
cool.
not so I don't smoke, but I think it's a cool move.
Yeah,
But
I
you
don't smoke
vape a
either,
lot.
but God, it looks. So
I don't
cool.
vape, please.
Yeah, but you do vape. I see you
don't.
sort of pulling a drag.
No,
in the
I
studio
wish.
Sometimes. And
You
then
actually had a Camelback backpack that you kind of jerry-rigged into being one big ass vape. So you'd have the backpack on just going to work, and even the walk from your car to the front door of the office, you have to go.
If I vaped, Gianna would think I was a lot cooler, which I would love for that to happen, but I'm not willing to start vaping just for that.
That's cool. 5-point font at the bottom. Listen to the Headgum Podcast. It says, support our love forever.
Support our love forever. You have no idea what a wedding even is.
Solder our fucking bond together at the elbow joint.
Support our love. Like a wedding and a marriage is not
Encourage
like a
us to love
fundraising event.
further into the future, which is what a wedding is. Passing, or do you have a bond?
I was gonna go Steven Seagal. You said
Great.
Steven
All right,
Seagal.
moving on.
But I had like a thing.
Oh, let's hear it.
Thought it could be like made for TV.
Holy
version.
shit. Did you just say Ethernet?
Made for TV.
Because the word of the day is Ethernet.
Okay, cool.
Cool, or did you really mean that?
we like had such a nice time, and I thought when you weren't here on the show, and everyone kind of commented on that, and I thought maybe it would be like a pivot, and you've come back so much meaner and more annoying.
Welcome
also, you're
to
like older and no wiser.
Oh yeah, you had a birthday recently.
Yeah.
We have a nickname for Anya. Anya Zero.
Mm-hmm.
We just came up with one for me, Brown Jordan. I wonder.
Wait, GEO?
Brown Jordan. We got to give a nickname to Casey.
Oh, we did. Speed Caser.
Speed Caser.
Really? Because I had a whole thing about
segment
this.
canceled.
I guess segment over. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Should we talk about him while he's gone, or is that not part of the game?
No, I think we could.
Okay.
Is there something specific that you wanted to talk about?
No, I just want to know how this Geoff compares to Geoff other times on the show.
Honestly, this one's a little more tame. He's a little more calm.
He's trying to be gentle with me.
Either that or he's really tired.
Maybe both.
Maybe both. 6?
It's beautiful. 6 sounds good.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's actually 429 versus 86.
Why did you say the other ones then?
Because I fucked it up. Because I fucked it all up. All right?
Are you in the
Live
WGA?
switching with each side.
Because I fucked it all up. All right? I mean, you guys didn't even like the fucking ranch or nah segment. So I feel like this group specifically, I feel like falls into the latter category of like, yep.
I read the comments for that, and it was really funny because it was like 50% people saying horrible segment, 50% people saying funniest segment ever. Worst episode ever, best episode ever. It was kind of like da.
That's good.
Really, it's hard to kind of pander to this crowd because they're so
split
divided,
and smart,
like our
I would
country.
Say. Yeah, guys,
We're so divided as a nation.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what I just said.
That'd be life unlimited.
All right. Fine.
Oh, Spectrum. Okay.
Worst company that exists.
Is having a little scarf tied around, you know?
Yeah.
And
Back
not
of
even
a
giving a
little
damn
Vespa.
as you like house a fucking select spritz.
Yeah. And being kind of like lightly sexually assaulted by every man.
Yeah. And the hands are often
And
oily.
it's part of
we
the
should
culture.
say.
And you're like, you can't say anything. If you say anything, it's like kind of.
It's not quite La Dolce Vita if you say anything.
Yeah. Then you're kind of not part of La Dolce Vita.
You can see the craft.
Why haven't I seen this?
Do you not follow?
Do you not follow I Am Pretty Whack?
No. No one told me about it. Just like no one told me about JOI.
Yeah.
I'll tell you later.
About
Yeah.
both?
All right, Anya, what do you got?
Radio Free Anya on Instagram.
Casey?
What? Venmo Anya Kanevskaya.
Right.
Down
payment. Yeah.
Submit it to the Love Motel. We need questions for our next episode.
Dove Motel?
No Dove. We're never doing the Dove.
Talk about La
You
Dolce
guys
Vita.
feel more tired than I am.
Yeah, because we've had a full day's work.
He's on vacation. He's like,
Yeah.
you guys seem really zonked.
It's a
You're
fucking
distracted.
Monday. What are you doing?
I liked the lung capacity one. I thought that's good. That's
yeah,
really
that's good.
useful.
Yeah.
No, we get it.
Why?
That's all right. We do have some exciting shows coming up. We have a lot of launches.
I think we
in
should.
May.
It's fair to say that it's
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, you've heard of.
Cut Grace cut all of that.
We have a Will and Grace podcast.
Yeah,
coming
exactly
up.
right.
Are you happy?
I once had an Uber driver who was a Polish immigrant, and he was telling me he came here to be an actor, and the
biggest gig he ever got was shut the fuck up. Eat shit and die.
Got her. Absolutely got her ass. Oh, but when he does the sound thing to me, it's funny, isn't it?
It's funny when he does it to me also. That one's funny.
Of course.
Flat out of shit.
I have a funny story to tell you guys about something related to this, but I think I should do it after we stop recording.
That's good. I wouldn't want anything good on the podcast.
but one day we'll have a paywalled version of this show, and that's where this story will live.
That'd be great.
That's awesome.
It's about someone at a different network calling me the R word in an email.
What?
And not the R word you think of.
Look, guys, I think we've reached the end of the fucking rope, right? It's 51 minutes and people don't
Wait,
want to.
I have another guess.
All right, if this is it, that'd be so fucking cool. And even if it isn't, we should just react
that would be
like
so
it is.
fucking cool.
Here we go.
What about Jesse McCartney?
Just say 9. Geoff, just say 9.
$9 million!
Everybody.
$9 million.
Started.
But also, you can listen to me on WGXC.org at a show called The Love Motel and Rock and Roll High School. Love Motel takes love advice submissions. I will give you advice back. It is totally anonymous. You can make stuff up. You can play a character, or you can get really real with me and I will tell you what I really think. The.Love Motel on Instagram.
Isn't it G-O-Z-Z?
No, it's
There's definitely
GEOAZZ, yeah. What
He's
else?
right.
What else?
I can't believe that. I feel
Right?
like that's a little clunky. If it was me, I would have dropped the A. So
I added the A back in because it is clunky on purpose and it looks worse on a poster, which I
That's
think is
crazy.
funny.
I love working on the show, by the way, with you. Go ahead and follow me at Radio Free Anya on Instagram. Still saving up for a house. Venmo, Anya Kanevskaya. Go ahead and toss a couple dollars in there. Every $5 I get, I'll do something really mean to Geoff next episode.
I mean, I obviously can't handle it. I can barely handle light criticism.
Or I'll promote him in a nice and kind way because I do love him.
That's worse almost.
Bleep that.
And this whole thing, lest we forget, was Dawes.
Okay. I'm just like, I'm out.
What was wrong with what I just did? Or sorry, Marika, what do you got?
I already fucking said it, so it
We can go
doesn't
now.
matter.
We're free.
I gotta pee.
At Geoffrey James on Instagram. We'll see you guys again next week. That's
Was that
Dawes,
even
folks.
45 minutes?
That was an hour and a half.
Jesus Christ.
So thank you guys so much. We will see you next week, or we won't. It'll be interesting. Like America, this is a great experiment.
That was easy.
Sex!